Alright, I am super excited to finally be trying an authentic GKO2 muzzle brake on my Vepr-12. It was sent to me by my good friend Max at 4Range. So we're just going to do some initial impressions with this bad boy. Factory mag, 3.25 dram ammo. Let's hit it. Oh yeah, super flat. Love it. So here's a nice side view so we can show you just how flat that is. Alright, so now we're going to have a little fun, and we're going to hit a few birds with one stone here. There's a fellow on the forum, so this is a viewer question. He was asking me about shooting 3-inch shells out of the Vepr with the ALG trigger upgrade. And the question was about trigger slap. Are you going to have trigger slap? I guess some guys had experienced trigger slap with the 3-inch magnums with the factory fire control group. So with a little research, what I understand about trigger slap is that it can be caused by the tail and the disconnector, which is gone with the ALG, and also maybe a little over travel of the disconnector with the turkey loads or the 3-inch shells slamming that carrier back so fast that it would slap the top of the disconnector. So there's no over travel with the ALG. I think that problem is going to be gone. And we're also going to test just how effective that comp is. We're going to show you with a naked Vepr barrel, no muzzle device, and the GKO2. So let's get all that rolling. So this is my friend's Vepr. It's got no muzzle device, and I've got the 3-inch target loads up in there. Now we all know I'm famous for running light recoil springs, and under no circumstances should you ever run 3-inch shells on a light spring. I've got my nice factory springs back in the gun so we can test that for you. Watch the muzzle rise. Now this is by no means scientific. This is not going to be my my muzzle brake testing video. This is just shoulder fire, trying to use good shooting form and remain consistent. That was intense. Alright, so I'm back on my Vepr, now with the GKO2, and I've got my full power recoil springs in here. Just as a side note, I did not feel any trigger slap with that last run. Kind of forgot, got distracted. I've actually never experienced trigger slap in an AK, but you know, for the viewer question, I wanted to touch on that, and I'm just going to try to rip this pretty fast now. 3-inch turkey loads. Alright, so that's pretty exciting, guys. I just watched the playback, and you can really see a drastic difference in muzzle rise and recoil reduction with that GKO2, those super hot powered shells. Also, still did not feel any trigger slap. Now this one has the ALG enhanced trigger, modified from 4Range, and this one has the regular ALG trigger. So those are working great with no muzzle rise. And stay tuned for a little bit longer. We have another little special treat for you. Alright, so here we have some more sweet Russian goodness. Can you get it in a little close on that? So this is the Sutaev muzzle brake. I have been wanting to experiment with one of these and try it out for so long. It is so cool looking, in my opinion. It's not as big as the GKs, and you can see it just kind of reverses the theory behind the GK. You have the gills up front there, and the big chambers right by the muzzle. So we're finally going to get a good look at how that works. I'm just running 3.25 dram Suprema, and we're just gonna rip a few shots down range here. I like it. It felt pretty flat. The recoil wasn't too bad, and you know, just the first 5 shots. What can you really tell from that? But man, does that thing look sweet. Thanks for joining us again, guys. Just another day at the office here. Just some initial impressions on these brakes. I am going to do my in-depth muzzle brake video that I've been talking about. We're gonna give these their due diligence, strap them down into sleds, and really see which brake shall reign supreme. I really can't say enough about 4range.com. My good friend Max, he sent me these muzzle brakes to test. Great guy, great organization. Check out their new website. Check my video description for product links, discount codes. You get 5% off with my code on 4Range site-wide. They have so much more than just AK and Vepr-12 accessories. They really have a lot of great stuff. So check them out. Check out my other sponsors. Like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Edward Vepr hands?